Good afternoon, and what is a warm, bright, and sunny day. It is Saturday, the 30th of March, and I'm in the reading up with a nice hot cup of tea and a parcel to unbox. So, let's get the knife to it. There we go. What I've got in here is this, which is a copy of Ticket to Ride Germany, published by Days of Wonder. It's one of the Ticket to Ride base games that I do not own. Ticket to Ride is a very popular board game, regarded as one of the three classic gateway games. Games you play with people who do not play board games, but in which it can be used as an introduction to the board gaming hobby. So, Ticket to Ride Germany. Turn of the century Germany. Through a fine autumn rain, a plume of smoke announces the arrival of the 4:15 train from Nuremberg in the Munich Central Station. The din of the massive engine grows more intense, culminating with a prolonged hiss as the locomotive halts at the platform. Steam erupting in every direction. Already porters and livery are rushing to unload baggage as passengers step from their cars. On the opposite platform, an operator pulls the cord for three-chime whistle, and another train begins chugging towards the next destination, Berlin, capital of the German Empire. In Ticket to Ride Germany, build your own railway network to connect cities listed on your destination tickets. Watch out for your opponents who might be trying to reach the same far-flung corners of the German Empire, and outwit them by collecting valuable passenger meeples from the cities faster than they can. As with all installments in the Ticket to Ride series, this game can be learned in 5 minutes and provides hours of fun for families and experienced gamers alike. Hop on board. So, it is, let's have a look. I'm going to have to break the seal to actually see it, because some of the information is covered up. Let's get the knife. Now, this is a map which I'm familiar with, having played it online, say, or in the app, but never actually played it physically. So get the cellophane off. So it is designed for 2 to 5 players, age plus, plays 30 minutes to 60 minutes an hour. Get one board of Germany, 225 coloured train cars, 110 train car cards, 89 destination tickets, 1 bonus card, 60 passenger meeples, a cloth bag, 5 scoring markers, and a rules booklet. And there we go, that's everything on the back. Let's get this open. And what you're faced with when you open up is the rules. The rules in here are always presented in quite a large pamphlet, so and that's going to show you what's in the game. You've got also a guide to setting up at the top there, an object of the game turn, how to claim routes and collect passenger meeples, how to play them, and how to set them up, and route scoring table, drawing and destination tickets, and so on, how the game ends, and how you calculate scores, and then that's everything you need. And in general, if you've played one Ticket to Ride game, you can play this really easy. You've got to take a bit of advertising for Ticket to Ride, and the Ticket to Ride game and other games from the publisher. Playing your PlayStation, and then we get to the map. Germany. So I'm going to move this out of the way for you to effectively see the map. Unfold the board. Always have to unfold the boards. There we go. So it's quite a tall board. So what you can see here, basically country at the top. You have where is it? Yeah, so Hamburg there, and Berlin over there, and then you can see down here you've got quite a mass of short little routes, which people can tend to obviously get closer to France, and you can go to different countries. So you've got France there, you've got Switzerland, and others. Denmark up there. Let's just check. So yeah, you've actually got a couple of French locations up there. So that's quite a big, narrow board. Not as big and narrow as sort of like I would say Japan, which is actually long and narrow. And then underneath what you've got is all of. Oh, sorry, let's get it back. This is all of that. So it includes a little cloth bag for you to put your meeples in, and then the standard train pieces, as you would expect, your white, red, black. So that's the colours of the German flag. Then you've got yellow and some scoring markers, spare ones, and then purple. Everyone likes having purple in there, actually. You generally use a kind of a colour. And then these are the meeples. So what you're doing in the board is you're seeding these different cities with meeples, and they are passengers. And when you play, when you connect to a route, and if there's a meeple there, such as that little chap there in his hat, you can take one of those, or this fine young lady in her white dress. So you've got a nice little mix of sort of different ones in there, but you're trying to get more of one colour than another player, because that will score you points at the end of the game. So it's another way of scoring in the game. And the other thing that this board does introduce is the concept of long and short routes. So you can sort of like set out to build routes all across the country, all from country to country, and so claim big points, or you can basically try and build little routes in between. And so there we have. That's essentially the a wild card, the locomotive of the trains. I'll just see if I can get this open and show you. I think underneath. Get the plastic off. So these aren't actually this. Although you've got all the. So there's the locomotive cards, and then we're into the route cards. So you might be going all the way from Denmark to Lindau, all the way in the south. So you've got to try and find your way all the way down the board. And these are the long routes, and you can see sort of like they're worth sort of like 20 points a time. So for example, let's say if you're going from Denmark there all the way to the top down to Lindau down the south, you might find something like let's have a look, Hamburg to München, and there's a lot of similarity between those routes. So basically they're quite close to one another. So you could plan it that way. If the tickets come out of you draw the tickets the way you want. You might have sort of like that's Frankreich to Denmark. So that's another line. So basically that's France from southern France and so on. You've got like Munster to Österreich to Austria, and so on. So lots of long routes that cross back and forth across the so, and the thing is, they're all coloured like that. You see the basic colour difference at the top, and they have a pale background on the reverse. But then we get to you've got the short roots, different colour, and you can sort of thread those together, possibly, but it's very much dependent upon what you draw, and you can score quite a lot of points and so on that way. But really what you're trying to do is connect the tickets, make sure you get all the points, but also grab those meeples. So that's those, and then we have just have a look at the next pack of cards. So you get quite a lot of cards in here. There's quite a thick sheaf of cards, a couple of types there. So those are the destination tickets, and the other thing to note about this one, which I will say in a minute, so you have Globetrotter bonus for the number of tickets you complete, so that's worth 15 points at the end, and then you've got the tickets train tickets you're drawing in order to collect and then claim routes. So let's just check that properly. So, yellow, a red, orange, and a green. And these are fantastically sort of like, I mean, it's like Germanic, but they're very, very sort of like early 19th century, so they really do look good, and they do stand out, and they're really, the other thing is sort of like they're of a nice size as well. Purple, and black, and then there should be, yeah, there we are, white. So that's all the cards. Now the interesting thing about the Germany map box set, base set, is that it is an implementation of an earlier version of the game called Marklin. Now that is very much long out of print. It was primarily available in Germany only, and was inspired by the toy manufacturer and model railway manufacturer Marklin, but it was difficult to get hold of, and now long out of print and very expensive to find on the second-hand market. Now I'd be interested to see it because, hey, I would be, you know, I like Ticket to Ride, and I'd like to have sort of like as many of the games and variations and try them all, but it's one that has eluded me so far. Nevertheless, I look forward to giving this one a try. Got some nice variations, and I think it's going to be fun to play. That's Ticket to Ride Germany. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this unboxing in the Nook. If you have, then please do click on the like button down below. And of course, if you've got any comments or feedback, I do appreciate you taking the time to post those. And lastly, if you want to be alerted to get more unboxings in the Nook, where you will see me out here with a box containing a book, or in this case, a board game, which I will unbox and chat about to the best extent of my knowledge for roughly 10 minutes or so, all of course accompanied by a nice hot cup of tea, then please do click on the subscribe button down below. Thanks again for watching another unboxing in the Nook. I will be back again soon with another one. Bye for now.